Hi, this is a short tutorial about how to search for news items in the database called Factiva. You'll see here we're on the first screen of Factiva. Now there's a large space where you can type in words to search for. So if you want to search for news about a particular person, or a particular event or topic, you can type it in there. But you don't necessarily have to. You also have a lot of options down here. Let's start with language. By default, it's set to search for English. But you'll see if you click this blue arrow, it will open a list of lots of other languages that you can choose from. Let's scroll down and find Spanish. If you click on Spanish, you'll see this yellow bubble appear that tells you you're searching for the Spanish language. Let's click the white X beside English to remove that language and search only for Spanish. You can also narrow it down by region. If we click the blue arrow, it will open a list of broad regional areas. For instance, you could look at Central America, Latin America, South America. Let's click the plus sign beside Latin America and look at a longer list of countries that are available. Let's say that we specifically want to see news from Colombia. We click on the name of the country. It appears in a yellow bubble here to confirm that we will be searching for Spanish language news from Colombia. Now there will also be some choices here for different industries and subjects. So even if you don't have a specific keyword that you want to search for, you can find news of a particular type. Let's click the blue arrow beside subjects and see what kind of options we have. For instance, you could find economic news as opposed to political news. Just clicking on the word will choose the entire area of economic news. Or, if you click the plus sign beside economic news, you can get more specific options for things like government finance or economic and monetary policy. Let's add political and general news and economic news into our search. So you can see now from the yellow bubbles that we're going to find either political or economic news from Colombia in Spanish. Now there's one other important thing on this page to note, the date. By default, Factiva only finds news from the last 3 months. If you want to find more or less than that, you'll need to pull down this list, and then you can specify whether you want news from the past day, week, month, 3 months, 6 months, year, 2 years, or you can even enter a very specific date range. This is great if you're researching an event that happened in a particular time period, perhaps over a range of 6 or 7 days last month, and you want to put in those specific days and only see news that might have been released during those days. For now, let's leave it on the last 3 months and go ahead and click search, just to see what our search results will look like. So here's our search results page. It's a little bit cluttered at first, so take a moment and understand what it is that we're seeing. It's divided into 3 columns. The left column is showing us different characteristics about this news, and you can use these to further narrow down the number of results that you have. So for instance, specific authors, news dealing with specific industries, news that references certain regions or certain keywords. You can click on any of these options and use it to narrow down the results. So this shows you that we're seeing 10,885 results. Each of these terms in the left shows you a number. If you were to click on, say, crime and courts, it would take your results from 10,885 down to 1,652. The center column is showing you the actual results, that is, each news article that matched your search. You can see the headline, where that news item is from, the date, and a very small preview of the first sentence or two of that news item. If you click on one of these headlines, the third column will actually show you the news article itself so that you can scroll through it and read the entire news story. Each time you choose a new headline in the middle column, that right-hand column will update to show you all the text of that article. Now you should also notice this toolbar here above those three columns. This breaks down different kinds of content that Factiva can give you. Publications appears in bold blue to tell you that that's what you're currently looking at, news publications. You could also choose to look at web news, blogs, pictures or multimedia if there was any content there, or you can go ahead and look at all of those things combined by clicking on all. So this just lets you see some slightly different kinds of content, but most of the time you'll stick with that publications button that you're on by default. If you want to go back and add something to your search or try a different search, just click the blue button to modify search. And let's go ahead and modify it. Instead of the last 3 months, let's try just the last week and see how that changes our results. Instead of 10,885 results, we now have only 1,429. So obviously there's significantly less news in 1 week than there was in 3 months. But you still see the same 3 columns of information to help you navigate through these results. One other thing to be aware of when you've chosen a specific article, there are options here to listen to it. You can have it read to you as an audio file, to have it translated into another language, or different ways of sharing this content. So this is a very short introduction to Factiva. It's not the easiest interface to use, but there is a lot of great content in here. So it's worth spending some time playing with this search interface, learning how to use it, and discovering what kinds of great international news sources are available here.